The John Muir Way, a 134-mile continuous long-distance route in southern Scotland, running from Helensburgh, Argyll and Bute in the west to the coastal town of Dunbar in East Lothian. Join me as I cycle, wild camp, lochs, canals, beaches and castles, bikepacking across this absolutely stunning part of the country. Well, people, welcome back to the channel. I'm in Scotland. To be more precise, I'm actually in a place called Helensburgh, and I'm just going to start the John Muir Way, which is a 134-mile bike ride across coast to coast across lower southwest Scotland. So yeah, join us on this little adventure. Like I say, I'm just in the little seaside village of Helensburgh, where the start point is. I'll tell you all about the John Muir Way later on, but in the meantime, I've got something to do before we set off, so come and join us with that and enjoy the route. Let me just touch the beginning. Right, like any coast to coast walk, you've got to dip your toes in the water. So here we go. You know me, I'd usually go for a swim, but time's are ticking. So these are the way markers I'll be following. Now then, about 22 mile in, I just stopped off at that little place there, got myself some onion barges, do you know what I mean? It's all going well at the moment. First section was a bit on-roady. It's not something I'd like to walk, to be honest, but now I'm actually on the West Island Way section, just coming up from Dremmen. And as you can see in a minute, it's very busy indeed. 1 minute. So yeah, as you can see, it's very busy. But yeah, doing well. doing well. We're going to crack on. I've got somewhere roughly where I want to try and pitch tonight. It's a good 28 mile away, so I'm not even halfway yet, but I've plenty of time, and you know what I'm like with time, so I'm just going to crack on and see where we end up. I know it gets harder to find wild camping spots on this route, but I'm sure we'll come up with something. So in the meantime, let's just let's crack on, eh? Crack on. I fucking hate that word. Crack on. Let's crack on. Crack on. Let's crack on, John. Come on. Get a little bird there. Hello. Right, just hit a bit of a rough section. Had to get off and on and off quite a bit, but it's bloody stunning. Get backdrop there. Oh. So this is we're still on the West Island Way, but obviously they're going that way into the Highlands, so I'm coming away from it. But yeah, what a backdrop. Right, quick update, folks. I've just hit, I think this is the Union Canal. So I pretty much follow this now right into Falkirk. But I want to get to a place called Bonnybridge. I think it's about 12-14 mile. I've got somewhere in mind to camp there. So it's 10 to 7. So I reckon I'm going to just be after 8 o'clock. When I hit there, so that's fine. There was some that path back there was just beautiful, man. There were so many places to camp, but it's just too early yet. I need to knock a few more miles out, so we're going to plod on down Canal and see where we end up. But all's fine at the moment. That wind's bitter again. It's another easterly wind. I was told go west to east because you get a prevailing wind. Nah, it's just been in my face, freezing cold. Anyway, I'm not mourning because it's absolutely gorgeous, man. Do you know what I mean? So listen, let's crack on down here and see what's. Just gonna have a cup of tea. Anyway, let's get on. Right, peeps, we've just hit Bonnybridge. It's 10 past 8. We're just going to turn away from, so this must be the Bonnybridge they're talking about. Anyway, so we've hit Bonnybridge. Let me just put this down a minute. 48 mile in. So I'm just going to go down into Bonnybridge and get some water, and then I'm going to head up towards the Roman Museum, Roman ruins, and there's a wall up there which is, I'll tell you all about it later. Yeah, you know, with me and my history. Right, let's crack on. Fucking saying crack on. Let's let's crack on. Now then, right, I've just filled up with water. I'm just going alongside the Roman wall. I put name there. It was the second barrier to Hadrian's Wall. It's not as popular, it's not as well known, this one. Now we're going to go in here because I'm thinking somewhere around here personally. I'm going to have a look. It's called, what's this? Welcome to the Roman fort, Rough Castle. Rough Castle, Rough Castle, Rough Castle. Cyclists pushing bikes, welcome. Okay. So, if I don't speak to you now, I'm just going to get sorted. Alright. But I've updated you and I'll show you around quickly just so you can see what this this wall's about. It's like a big trough, it's cool. What's the warning? Do not enter this area. Water, oh, in there, yeah, I know that. Right, give us a sec. So you can see how they fortified it. It goes right up, can you see? It's like a trough. That's how they defended it. I'll bring it up on screen now, how it runs alongside Hadrian's Wall. So this was like the first line of defence, this one. But then they must have got breached and moved on to Hadrian's Wall. Right, listen, you know me in history, blah blah. I'm going up there, see you in a bit. Whoa. Morning guys. Whoa. 5. Oh, what about 4.5 hours kip? I'm absolutely shattered. But we're ready to go. So folks, we're underway, heading towards Dunbar today. I want to do about 60 mile and then I've got about 20 mile left on last day. Plenty of time on last day. I hate time, you know that, but my train's not till 7 o'clock at night, so I'll have loads so I can chill. I don't need to get up as early. So I struck camp. Beautiful little pitch that. As always, left no trace and cracked on. Cracked on, stop saying that. Right, how are we going here? Which way? This way. Now then peeps, just had a quick brew in Tesco's there, just to wear myself up and stood in doorway for a while. Just coming out here now, it's I'm going back onto the Grand Union Canal I got that wrong yesterday. It was the other one, but there's a Strathclyde canal. And the Falkirk wheel links the two together. So there you go. All right.
Finally, leaving the canal, I headed down into Linlithgow, where I decided to try the local delicacy. Is that right?
Not a doner kebab.
Right, folks, I've decided it's F1, about 33 miles in. I'm going to stick my stake on. I'm in these lovely woods down here, some estate. So I'm going to just get the stake on, get it down my neck, you know what I mean? It's going well so far, down into Queen's Ferry. Yeah, but yeah, I'm getting hungry now. I've not had out proper. I've had a shitty scone and that's it really. A couple of brews. I didn't eat yet, only what I ate yesterday, so time for some scran. I'm getting a bit, yeah. All good though, peeps. So let's get this scran on and then so this is going to be my, I'm going to have this now it's 2 o'clock, but I'll not eat anything else now until tomorrow. I might get some a nibble later on, but yeah, this will be my tea now. What a great place to cook. Look at this. Look at that. I've given. I'm just I got a bit of a diversion, and it took me past something that I've never had for years, and I actually don't like. And I paid by coin, which I don't like doing. And I went to this fucking place. Whoops. Look at that. Oh no, I'm gonna be like oh, Care Bevan. Anyway. Sometimes you just got to do it, and yeah, I'll regret it. I'll be saying after, why did I do that? Yep, you guessed it. Back on the canal. Right, so I was just pedalling in, and I had to turn down this little side street, and then ended up down this little country lane, which I'll show you in the morning, because I couldn't film out because it was pitch black, and I was carrying all my stuff, but I was also carrying this. Are you ready? I couldn't resist it. It looked good. It smelled ace. Can you see so far? Look at that. Big doner and chicken and shish kebab wrap thing. 15 quid, you know. And a pizza before. Look at that. Let's have a look inside it before the battery goes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Huh. Hold on, I'll pause it a minute because you don't hear me reaching. So it's doner, pieces of doner, got a shish. Wait till you see where I am as well tomorrow. I deserve this. 70 miles done today. I've got an itchy bum. What a thing to say. Right. I'm going. See you later. Mad that, innit? What a place. Reminds me of a Highlander. There can be only one. What a bad impression that was. It's the last day today. I've got about 20 miles to do. So I'm going to get packed up and get underway. Right guys, struck camp. Amazing little place, isn't it? I'll show you how I got out last night. I was coming here last night in Doik. But yeah, struck camp, leave no trace as always. What a place. Look at it. If you're wondering how I found it, I just did some research on camp spots, wild camping spots on the John Muir Way. That little window there, so this must have been like the house section. Cool. So where did I come from last night? Oh yeah, down here. So I actually come a different way, I'm sure. Oh yeah, hold on. 1 minute. Yeah, so I've come down this lane here at pitch black. I was like, I hope it's down here. So this must have been like the house section. It's cool as fuck, innit? Look at this. So this is Salt Courts Castle, owned by the Livingston family. Sell it as Livingston. I'm not going in there. Oh, you can go in there as well. I ain't got time for that. I'm scared more than out. Look at it. Thought I'd just give you an update as we're travelling in. Got about 18 miles left to go. John Muir Way, what do I say about it? Stunning route. If you wanted to see what Scotland's got to offer, that's including going through Edinburgh and some of the towns. You see it all on this route. However, for me, the bit through Edinburgh, I don't want to see that sort of thing. As a touring ride, it's brilliant. Take your time. I do these rides really to whoa, a deer. Can you see it? Yes. Go on, cha. You see it then, cross path. There you go. So you see things like that. And exactly why I come out to do things like this is to see things like that, not to go through Edinburgh, start through the student area as well. But some people might like that, but it got on my nerves a bit. Yeah, that's just my opinion, but still brilliant route. No way am I going across that. Good job there's a bridge up there. I think you can do it in low level, but look at it, no way. I'll be ending up down there. Well folks, that's a wrap for this one. 134 miles across Scotland, coast to coast. So yeah, this is John Muir's birthplace, the end of the trail. The trail was dedicated to him. If you don't know who John Muir was, here goes with a history lesson. You know me in history. No, I'll tell you, he was the guy that brought up the idea of national parks worldwide. He's the first guy that created a national park, so he's a lot to thank. And this was his birthplace. It says John Muir was born here on the 21st of April 1883. As a child, he developed a deep love of the natural world around his hometown of Dunbar. This interest grew into a lifelong journey as a conservationist, a farmer, inventor, botanist, explorer, writer, geologist and mountaineer. They said, and then it says, come in and discover the inspiring. Oh no man, I can't be doing with that. So there's a museum, but I'm sorry, nah. Right, I could not get down to that beach. Most of it was all fenced off, or the bit that I could get down to was too much of a hiker bike. I'm not making excuses. So I really wanted to at least dip my bloody feet. The other beach back there, that was stunning. Can't be arsed fucking pedalling down there, even though I've got 3 hours. So what I'm going to do now, people, is bring the video to an end. Hope you enjoyed that one. It just shows what you can do if you put your mind to things. 2.5 years ago, I'd have never fucking met 2.5 mile, never mind fucking 134 mile across Scotland on a beak. So from Dunbar, beautiful place, I'm going to say goodbye. I've got 3 hours now till train, so I'm just pottering. Might go and get my hair cut. Can't I come out with some shite? Right, so as always, people, give us a like, a subscribe and a ding-a-ling-a-linger. And for those that think what the hell's a ding-a-ling-a-linger, it means if you click on the notification bar, it will notify you every time I get a new video out. And as you can see, I've not been releasing them every week, so it will it will notify you when there's a new one. This should be out within another week. My next challenge is what's called the Badger Divide. That's a 210 mile bike ride through the heart of the Scottish Highlands from Inverness down to Scotland. So that's going to be epic. No Edinburgh way on that one. So folks, as always, smile and life will smile back. Thanks for watching. See you soon. So people, the video hasn't ended just there. Right, I'm actually sat at home at the moment, but while this video was shooting, I was currently, what I'm trying to say is I'm now on Edinburgh station. So there was a slight delay on my, I had 2 trains to catch, one from Dunbar to Edinburgh and Edinburgh to Preston. There was a slight delay on my train from Dunbar, which then made me miss my train in Edinburgh. So they're looking at options. There's no bloody trains going back today. So they looked at options. One's an hotel or the other is a taxi. I don't pay, obviously, it's all included. However, because I've got a bike, it's harder to get a taxi. So I'm currently just sat, chilling out, man, waiting for a taxi or a hotel, or either both. So I'll update you as and when. We're in, people. We're in. See what we're going to do here now.
Otherwise I was standing there.
You alright?
Yeah,
bloody freezing.
Okay. To stop on the garage.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Even I don't need to stop on the garage. I just need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, it's a long drive. I've just been before. So, man, nice one. We'll be home soon.